Are we gonna do this again? Yes, I think we're gonna do this again. Okay. Okay, Nat. We're not gonna be no chicken. Hyping myself up. Hyping myself up. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Yes. Let's do this. Hello and welcome to Knots to Know. I'm Natalie, otherwise known as Detroit Knots across social media, and we're doing this again. Anyway, if this is your first time seeing a video from me, welcome. If you came back after my year hiatus, welcome back. And the shenanigans will be the same. This video is going to be about everything I made in 2024, and I didn't think it was a whole lot till I started going around collecting stuff. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot for me. Okay, but a disclaimer. Okay, disclaimer. Yes, I am a designer. Do I release everything that I design? No, I don't. So you are going to see some things that I designed and did release, and some things that I designed and have not released and may never be released. But I still design them and I still wear them because I don't make samples. I make things for myself and then I share them. So, okay, we're going to get into this and we're going to start with what I am wearing. Yes, let's start with what I'm wearing. I am wearing the newly made hyperfocus sweater. And it is called the hyperfocus sweater because I had an idea that I could not get out of my mind. And that idea actually turned into something else, which morphed into this. And all came together within the 2 weeks that I was off from work for the holiday. Yes, you heard that right. I had the idea, I designed it, I made it. 2 things actually within 2 weeks. That is not typical. Do not base your crochet time on mine. I have issues. Okay, I have issues. Now, another thing I'm going to say is I tried to do this without my glasses because of like a glare, but I can't see. So, sorry if there's a glare. Okay. But let me show you what the first idea was. And then we'll get into the sweater, right? Because that's where it started. So this, I know it looks so weird, but this is the hyperfocus cowl, right? Some people said it looks like a graduation stole and all those things, but it is not. It is, I don't know, but I had the idea and it worked. So turning it this way, right? And then you want to decide like which part you want on the top and which part you want on the bottom. And the part that you want on the top, you twist. I know that sounds crazy, but you'll get it in a second. So twist, then fold over. Everything's kind of a mess, but then you put it on. You do some adjusting. Do a little adjusting, right? And I know you can't see the bottom of this. Maybe I will edit this video and insert the Instagram reel that shows you how to do this. Anyway, so you have this lovely piece. Yes, it is twisted in the back. It sits on the back of your neck. As long as you do it in something soft, it's not going to bother you. But look at that. Just, So the thing that got me was the corner, right? It's the corner. The corner's what got me. I love it. I love it so much. And I decided that this corner needed to be a raglan line, right? It has to be a raglan line. Like, how could it not? I'm gonna take this off because I am in my hot flash era. But that is the hyperfocus cowl. And then it turned into the hyperfocus sweater. And here you can see that corner that turned into the raglan. And then I was a little lazy and I was like, I really don't want to do decreases in this pattern in the sleeves, so I didn't. So the sleeves are wonderfully wide. I love them so much. Now, the best part of the sweater, right? We got this pattern going. It is Mosaic crochet. It is one color per row. It is 2 stitches, a single crochet and a double crochet. That's it, right? And you just follow the chart. Easy peasy, right? Awesome. But I did do some shaping in this one because I do not like sweaters to choke me. So this sweater has short rows in the back. And they are invisible. Like, you can't see them. And I was like, I'll pat myself on the back for that one. Okay, so I'm actually really not conceited. But I am proud of myself because I figured out how to do this pattern in short rows so that it is not visible in the back of the sweater. So I cannot wait to release this. The pattern will be coming out, so don't worry about that. It's just going to take me a second because I want to make another sample. Like, this one is okay. Both of these pieces are made in Lion Brand jeans, which I am absolutely obsessed with. I love Lion Brand jeans, specifically the colors. Brand New, which is the blue, and Top Stitch, which is like, I don't know, people will call it brown, but I'm going to call it orange because that's my favorite color. If you know, you know. Yes. I am absolutely obsessed with these 2 colors, and I will make them into whatever I can because I love them. It is 100% acrylic. It is the softest acrylic I have ever worked with. So get at this acrylic, okay? Okay. But I do want to make another one in wool because, you know, warm, breathable, all those good things. And the jeans yarn, it stretches. Like, you know, you've been here before, you know I'm not going to lie to you. This jeans yarn will stretch. It will grow. It will grow on you. And I know you're like, acrylic doesn't move. Yes, this one does. This one does. It moves. And it grows. But it's okay. Right? It's fine. It's fine. So how I wanted to kind of like structure this video is to go with accessories first and then garments of the things that I've made for the year. But those 2 kind of went together, so just had to show those first. So we're going to start with accessories. And you might be a little shocked at this, but I actually do knit. I just only knit like once a year. So this channel really is like crochet focused, but I did make a pair of socks. Yes, there's two of them. I made some socks. Okay, so the only problem with these is that I don't know what yarn I used. At least for like the very colorful yarn. I have no idea what that is. I took the tag off and I have no idea where it is. Or what color it is. I do know that this yellow is from at Hanes House Yarns. So I used this for the cuff, the heel, and the toe. Don't remember the color of the yellow. I'm terrible. I'll get better, right? We're starting over, right? But I always say that whenever I knit or whenever I crochet that I want to learn something new, I want to try a different technique. And so for this one, I did a folded over cuff. Yeah, a folded over cuff. So I just did a bunch of rows in stockinette to double the length I wanted to have my cuff. I knit two together and then all the way around, knit two together, knit one more row in the yellow, and then started with my new color. So yep. And I did the shadow wrap heel, which is awesome. I love this. So the shadow wrap heel I got from Denise. I am terrible. So when I learn someone's like real name, their handle just goes like right out the window for me. Denise. She makes a lot of socks. Very sweet. Nope. I'll put it down there. Right? It's gone. And then I did just a regular decreased toe. Right? But this time, okay, so here's why I'm showing you some knit socks. So this time I used double pointed needles on the toe. I'm so proud of myself because I really believe that double pointed needles are the devil or devil adjacent. They're just evil. Okay. But this time it clicked and I was able to do this toe with double pointed needles. So very, very proud of myself for that one. Yay. And yeah, socks are an accessory, right? And then I also realized that I don't dislike making socks. I just dislike making socks in boring colors. Because these flew by. I made these in those 2 weeks that I made the cowl and the sweater. Right? So making the socks actually allowed me to focus and write a pattern that I needed to have written. Because otherwise I would have kept crocheting and coming up with new ideas and not writing anything up because that is my problem. Okay, put those back over here. So those are my knit socks. That's the only thing that I have that's knit. Matter of fact, I'm just going to toss them over there. And okay, so let's keep going with the accessories, right? Now, remind you, I said some things are released and some things are not released. This is released. So this is a piece that I remade in 2024 because it was a collaboration. And I needed to remake it once I got my rights back so that I could release it into the world. So I made it again because the yarn that I made it in before is no longer available. So this is the Starshine Cowl. And let's put that over there so you can see. You see that split hem? Yes. So lovely. So this is Tunisian crochet. It is the ocean stitch. And it has a split hem. It is made in 2 colors. But it's kind of like, not kind of. It is Mosaic Tunisian crochet. It is not made in the round. This is done flat, and you do one color per row. I have a video tutorial, which is awesome. And you have this wide ribbing on the bottom, and then a shorter ribbing at the top. And this is made out of Asylum Fibers, DK, and Slick, and Artichoke. Let me get that closer for you so you can see that. Slick and Artichoke. Very nice. Very pretty. I love it. I will put it on, but dang, listen, I'm already half flashing. So this is the Starshine Cowl. It is DK weight. You need one skein of each color, and then you can make one. The pattern comes in multiple sizes, not just one, so you can decide which you want, the yarn that you have. We love it. Next accessory. Ooh, I didn't name this. Okay, so I do have plans to release this, but I didn't name it. So when you look at it, if you come up with something, let your girl know. Anyway, it's Mosaic crochet, but it's traditional crochet. So we're talking single crochets and double crochets, one color per row. I am really into Mosaic this year, as you can tell. So this is done in the round, and then seamed kind of grafted on the ends so that you can put it together. It's really, really long. This one is also charted, or will be charted, because I have not finished writing this pattern. There are 2 lengths to this one, or 2 widths, however you want to look at it. So there's a single wrap and a double wrap. You're either going to use 1 skein of each color, or you're going to use 2 skeins of each color. Real easy. And this is Lion Brand's Color Theory in Moonbeam and I don't know, which is bad because I'm going to show you a whole sweater in this because I do not remember the name of this pinky orangey color. It's like a terracotta, but I don't think that's the name of it. Anyway, so there's a single wrap, and then there's the double wrap. The double wrap is super cozy. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. So when I was designing this, I knew I wanted to have 2 lengths, but I didn't make 2 lengths, at least not in the sense you think. There are not 2 of these. There's only 1. I knew I wanted to wear the double wrap, but I also wanted to include a single wrap. So I made the single wrap. I grafted it together. I took photos. I wrote that portion of it up. And then I undid my grafting and then kept going until I got to the length that I wanted. So just a little pro tip, if you want to do more than one size or something. But it's super cozy. I have been rocking this winter because Michigan has been cold, right? It has been cold. And then sometimes I pull this up. The back of my head is still open, but I also wear a jacket with a hood, so we're good to go, right? Put my hood on. The back of my head is done. This is good and cozy next to my face. Or take one of these pieces and bring it up over my face. Because Michigan can be a terror. Okay. All right, let's hurry up and take this off because I'm going to die. But I do need a name for this. This is Color Theory by Lion Brand. Very, very cozy. Okay, so here's something that was released. It is Tunisian crochet. It is made in Mitchell wool coals American wool. Okay, so I really, really, really thought that I had like an absolute like allergy to wool. Turns out I don't have an allergy to wool, and it's just certain non-superwash wools. So let me be clear, it's just strictly for non-superwash, right? I have come across some non-superwash wools that have made my skin crawl that I absolutely cannot work with. Absolutely not. I was at H&H Americas last year, went into the Mitchell Wool Co. booth and started squeezing everything. Like, no holds barred, no regard for my safety. I was just like, ooh, pretty colors. And I touched this, and then I waited, and nothing happened. Woo! It was on. So we had a conversation about doing a design, and it was supposed to be a skinny scarf, right? Something nice and small and easy to do, but my brain don't work like that. I don't even know why I agreed to that. My brain does not work like that. I went rogue on my own design, right? So let me show you the first one I did. Skinny scarf. Okay, not skinny, skinny-ish. Skinny-ish. But then I like had extra yarn, and I can't waste yarn. And so it turned into something a lot longer than any of us had anticipated, and that's fine. But this is Link. It is Tunisian crochet cables. Starts with the point, right? Start with the point down here. Increase. Start putting in some cables. Increase to the width you want. Look at those cables. Aren't they lovely? Oh, they're just lovely. It's so squishy. And it gets pretty long. It keeps going. Right? And then you decrease. And you get back down to another point. So, I love Link. I do. It's very pretty. I love this yellow. It is nice. So they sent the yellow first, right? But they also know that I absolutely love oranges. So this is Link. And these cables are not hard to do. They're not, okay? Don't be scared of Tunisian crochet cables. They move along nicely. Let me not choke myself. It's very nice and squishy. The back side is a little ugly, but you know, it's okay. Just tuck that in. And then you got like a cute little scarf with your little pointy ends. You can wrap it around, keep it moving. But then they sent me the orange color that we had originally planned on. And I was like, okay, I'll make another one. It's fine. But then I didn't do that. So Link has basically two different scarves in it, right? You have your long, skinny-ish scarf. And then you have like a scarflet, bandana. I don't know what you want to call it. We increase until we get to the width. Got a little point going. And then you keep going and you decrease to the other end. So it's kind of like a little bandana. Throw it on. Isn't it so cute? Tie it up if you want to. Oh, it's so cute and so lovely and not itchy. like not itchy at all. It is just like, it's the perfect little thing to throw on when you don't want anything like super bulky around your neck. Just so cute. It's so cute. Same cables. Very easy to do. And speaking of link, I am going to be teaching at Have You Any Wool in Michigan, January 25th. I'll put those details down there too, because, yeah, I can't remember everything. I know it's on the 25th, so I'll put that down there. It's very exciting. So if you are local, come and see me. I'm going to be teaching the link. It's going to be so much fun. Okay, sorry. Let me get back on track. Okay, I'm not doing these yet. I'm just going to leave those right there, and I will get to the other accessory, okay? Because I don't want no problems. I don't want no problems. Go with the first one. So last January, my friend Britt from Not Bad Britt did a mini skein cowl. And in this cowl, you're supposed to, get a pattern that uses mini skeins and do that during the cowl. There was like fun chatter and all those things. And I'm looking at all these patterns. Now I had a pattern that used mini skeins. Actually, I had two. I didn't want to make those again. I couldn't find anything else I really wanted to do. So what did my brain do? My brain took the minis that I had collected and designed something, because that's what my brain does. And I came up with this. Isn't she lovely? This is I think we decided on pixelated. Nope. It's not pixelated. Twisted Pixels. The Twisted Pixels cowl. Now that was January of 2024. Have I written the pattern? No. At least not to be released. The pattern actually is written. Now that I think about it, it's written. I just need to finish the pattern and then getting into testing and then, releasing all those good things. Now, I'm going to show you this again, right? Show you this again. This is Tunisian crochet in the round. Various minis. I do not remember all of them. I'm not going to try. I'm not. But the lovely thing about this is the other side. Because the other side of this, looks like this. And do I love it? Yes, I do. I do love it. I absolutely do love it. Look at the other side of this. Let's get closer. That looks like stars. I love it. I do. Okay. So I made that, and in the group, my friends named it, and everything was great. Everything was fine. And then I did nothing else with it until probably about a month or two ago. I can't remember. I was like, I want to make it again. I want to actually write this pattern, and I want to use more minis. Like, I need more colors, right? So then, okay, don't judge me. I did not weave in my ends. Okay, I haven't even worn this yet. But what I wanted to do with making it again was change the way I decrease, because you start at the bottom. So this is bottom up, right? Start at the bottom, you go up, you need to decrease so that you have more volume around your chest, and then you have it closer to your neck. And I wanted to change the way I do those decreases, but then I also needed it to not look crazy on the other side, because I wanted it to be reversible, right? So I'm going through 3-4 different decrease methods. My friends are like, that looks good. That looks good. Wait, no, that's it right there. So I'm going through everything. So I'm like, this doesn't look right. It's okay, but it's really not what I'm looking for. So now, this is the new and improved, and my ends are not woven in, so judge somebody else, okay? The new and improved Twisted Pixels. Look at all of those colors. All those colors. I love me a good rainbow. I do. But can you see the difference in the decreases? Actually, I don't even think I showed you the decreases of the other one. Anyway, they're different, okay? They're different. And the other side of it still looks great, even with the decreases in it. So you got your stars, and then when you get to the decrease, can I find one? Right there. It's just like a triple star. Isn't that great? I love it. And the dark background was definitely the right choice for this one. So once this is released, I suggest you use high contrast colors. Like your foreground color is like really bright, a speckle or something like that. And then you have a tonal or a solid for your background color, because this is done in the round, right? So we're going to learn this skill for the new year. We're going to learn Tunisian crochet in the round, okay? Okay. Your background color needs to be like darker so that you get that pop. That pop. Okay? You need that pop. All right. Last accessory. I was really hoping this wasn't going to be long, but it's going to be long. Whatever. The mittens. Okay. So I posted my progress of the mittens, like while they were still a whip. It was a reel. That post went viral. It was kind of annoying because everybody thought it was something else. I won't even get into what people thought it was, but those who know. So the mittens are going to take a little bit longer to come out because I don't have them exactly the way I want them to be. Yes, I wrote down the pattern. I did do that, but it needs major tweaking because the inside mitten, because these are doubled, the inside mitten, it just has too much fabric, right? I need to figure that out. I've never made mittens before. This was my first foray into mitten making. But they are double-sided if you want them to be. I'm not going to flip these out, but the inside is a different color. So it's basically two mittens in one. It is Tunisian crochet. They are made flat. If somebody wants to figure out how to do them in a round, that's fine. I won't be doing it. When this pattern is written, it's going to be written flat. Okay. But the inside mitten just has like, it just feels, it has too much fabric. Like, I love these. I wear these every day in the winter. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, okay? I do. Now, I made a couple of pair. I had my first pair that was like, okay, they were too big, so I'm like getting my bearings with everything. And then I made a second pair, which were absolutely perfect, except for the inside part, because I still didn't get that right. And I lost them. I lost them. It was so sad. So I take the bus by choice everywhere I go, because in Michigan, specifically in Detroit, the insurance rates are ridiculous and I'm not paying that. I'm just not. So I take the bus everywhere I go. So I'm commuting to work, and I have them stuffed in my pocket because I'm on the bus, so I don't need them on. And when I get off the bus, they are nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. And I searched the ground. I searched all around. My husband even waited at the bus stop for the bus to come back past the house to see if they were there. And they were not. Somebody got them. And that's fine. That's fine. I just really hope that this person who got them still has them and is loving them and has not felted them or anything crazy like that, they were super washed. They'll be fine. But just if they love them, right? And that their hands are warm, and that is great. I really hope their hands are warm. Like, genuinely, I know I might sound a little sarcastic, but I'm like, for real. Like, if you're going to have them, I hope they're keeping your hands warm. So I made another pair, but this time I used the why is my brain not working today? I bought the tool from Size Inclusive Stitches that makes the I-cord. Why I can't remember the name of this tool, I don't know. I'll put it down there. You know how things go. But then I decided toddlers will not be the only ones who have cords attached to their mittens, attached to their coat, because I'm not losing another pair of mittens. So, yes, they're connected to a cord, and I don't care, because I ain't lost these in the last year, because they get attached to my coat. I call it toddler chic. Cordsmith. Ha! It's called a cordsmith. Okay, so the cordsmith by Size Inclusive Stitches, Autumn Eden Goodman. You gotta get one, because this is awesome. You see that cord? Yes. I don't know if it focused, but I attached it to both ends to a mitten. I haven't lost them. I attached them to the little hook, not hook, the little loop that's inside coats that you usually hang them up with. Tie a nice little neat bow, and they stay in my coat. Like, after this video, I'm putting them back in my coat, okay? Because I'm not losing these. Love my mittens. So they will come out eventually. It might not be until the fall or something like that, once I perfect that inside. And I did go down a hook size, right? I went down a hook size for the inside mitten, because I'm like, I wanted them to be reversible, but they don't have to be. They just need to be doubled. And I went down a hook size for the inside, and it still bunches up a little bit in there. Doesn't stop me from wearing them, but I don't want that to happen in the final product for a pattern, right? So we will figure those things out. Okay, so that was the last accessory. Then, in no particular order, we're going to go into the garments. So we talked about this one already. And then over the summer, no, it wasn't in the summer. It was in the spring. In the spring, when I co-hosted Stitch Up Chicago, a part of that collaboration, I received some yarn during that collaboration to promote the sponsors, which happens every year. And I got this cotton patents. I got that one. This patent's cotton. And I was trying to figure out, like, what was I going to do with it, because I had several colors, and I had 2 of each color, and they were like little mini balls, you know. And so I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with them. And I was like, I'm going to make this tank top. Here's the thing with this one. I have absolutely no plans on making this a pattern. But I'm going to show you what I made, because that's what this video is, right? This will not be a pattern. It's super easy. If you want to do it, you can do it. I just did stripes, right? I did stripes. I made a tank top. It is wrinkly as I don't know what, because it's wintertime, so this was put away. So I just striped. And since I didn't have a whole lot of yarn, it is cropped. And then for the neckline and armholes, I just did some single crochet through the back loop. The main stitch is actually herringbone half double crochet is what I used. But it's very cute, but that will not be a pattern. I'm sorry. And I just realized, looking at this one, that there's another top that I made and I didn't bring. We'll all be okay. Then there was a reboot of a pattern that I have released previously, like years ago, the Chevron dip. So if you have been a purchaser of my patterns, a supporter of me for the many years that I've been doing this, then you will know what the Chevron dip is. Editing Natalie put it in here. Anyway, so at one point there was a maker who squared it off. Like didn't have that dip in the front. Now the dip is in the back of that one too, but they squared it off. And I was like, I'm digging that. One of these days I'm gonna make me one, right? I'm gonna do that. And so I decided that I would do that. And I did. So this is the Chevron squared. This is not my first make of this. I made another one in a tank top version, so I just didn't put sleeves on it, but that was last year, and that was the year before. It wasn't 2024, it was 2023, so I'm not showing that. But this is made in 5 burrows. So 5 burrows yarn. It was a part of Lindsay's like superhero line. So this one is like the Wonder Woman themed one. I'm bad at names, but so it is Chevron squared. So it doesn't have the dip, but it is still cute. And I still love it. And I put sleeves on this one so that I could wear it to work. The other one I made, I can't wear it to work because it can't be sleeveless because, okay, I won't say it. Anyway. So that is that. I love this color. Like, get close on that. Lovely. I had 3 skeins of that. I don't think I used 3. I think I used 2 skeins of this yarn. It's fingering weight. Lovely. So I am planning for that to be a pattern. It'll probably be summer. Probably summer. But don't hold that to me because I didn't say this summer. It'll be a summer. A summer. Then I redid a pattern from, it was either last year or the year before, the Breezy Boo. So box pleats. Absolutely lovely. This one will come out in 2025 because it has been tested already. I just have to decide when I'm going to release it, but it's been tested already. But this is Breezy Boo. Ooh, that's bright. Love that yellow. This is in Lion Brand Cotton. I can't remember which one. But anyway, look at those pleats. Get into those pleats. And nice and flowy. And again, this was put away. Because, you know, it's winter. So that's going to come out at some point in time. And then another one I did. Same yellow, same Lion Brand Cotton. It was 24/7 Cotton DK. That's what it is. This is the flow tank. It is, I guess you would call it modular, because the panels are made in one piece. Like this section down here is not separate from it. It is kind of done sideways. It is the same on both sides with the split hem. And there is a particular method that I use to seam the sides together. So it's 2 panels seamed together at the shoulder and at the sides. And you're crocheting the seam together by putting in another row. And I do have a video for that. So yay. But this is available in all of my shops and as a kit with Lion Brand. So if you want to go check that out, you can. But if you go check that out as a kit with Lion Brand, make sure you use my affiliate link because, you know, I get a couple dollars at no cost to you. Uh, okay. Another yellow. I've been into yellows too. This is the Granite vest. So the Granite vest is a spinoff of a design that I released with Furls Crochet last year. It was the Furls and Lola Bean Yarn Co. collaboration, and I did the Granite collar, which is still being sold with them. If you want to check that out, you can. But I am planning to release that at some point on my own, maybe with the Granite vest. But I love the stitch. So the stitch is the Granite stitch, moss stitch, that stitch that has many names, but it is a vest. Awesome features of this vest. So there are decreases at the neckline right there, because you don't want this really wide neck band around the back of your neck. So it actually curves and goes shorter at the back of your neck. It crisscrosses in the front. And you get that same crisscross in the armholes. Like, I love it. Check that out. Yay! Okay, I'm really excited about the release of this one. This is in testing right now. The testing will end in a couple of weeks, and this will release in the beginning of February, which I'm very excited. There is the crop version and the tunic version. So this is the tunic version. Oh, see, I'm still trying to remember things. This colorway is Pearly Tricot yarn. Me and my daffodils. And judge me if you want to. I remember the name of this colorway because this is dyed by my friend. And I love her. It's so pretty. It is yellow. But it also has like orange speckles all over it. You can't really see, but they're there. I promise you they're there. And I love this. So I started this earlier in the year. I finished it right around when I did Stitch Up Chicago, which we'll talk about probably in the next video if I keep up. Anyway, there's a tunic version as well. So it's just longer. Just the tiniest bit of shaping to increase from your natural waist to your hip measurement. You have to calculate that yourself because I ain't doing it because everybody's booties are different. Okay? But it's written in the pattern how to do it, and so you can do it too. The testers have done it, so I'm excited. So that'll be finished. This one is Miss Babs yarn. I think it's called Supernova. I could be lying to you and me, but it is a lovely orange. And I got this as a promotional yarn for Stitch Up Chicago, which is coming up soon. Very exciting. Okay, let's talk about a test that I did. Not my design. I tested somebody else's stuff. Okay. That doesn't happen often. But there's sometimes where I see something that one of my people have designed, and I'm like, I have to have that. I have to have that. And that is Jen from Violet Loops. I'm going to get the name of this pattern wrong. I'm trying not to. It's a sampler. It's a sampler. It's a sampler sweater. If y'all ain't figured it out yet, I'm old and my brain don't work. And I don't usually prepare for these videos. But it will be in the drop down for you. But this. Oh. Remember we talked about my obsession with Lion Brand jeans yarn? Yes, I have lots of things in this combination. This is not brand new, as you can see. This is classic because when I got this yarn, they didn't have brand new in stock, but that's fine. But the other color is still top stitch. And I loved this sweater when Jen first posted it. I was like, I gotta have that. I need to be on the test. Let me do that. Which also reminds me that I should probably put up a Ravelry page to tell you about the modifications that I made to it, which she approved. So the original sweater is crocheted flat, and it is in a single color. You can do like color blocks, but each section is done in a single color, and there are several stitch patterns for you to choose from to build your own unique sweater. You could do any of those patterns that are in the pattern. There's like 9 of them. Put them together however you want to. I specifically chose stitch patterns that can be done in the round because your girl did not want to seam. So Jen approved this for me. And then in that process, when I first saw the sweater, I was like, I have to do this in these 2 specific colors, and I have to do it in the round. I need to have that contrasting color return pass. Just So this is the sweater. Look at those sleeves. So Jen has like this really cool way to connect the sleeves to the body. You can follow that if you're not comfortable with working in the round. I didn't do that. I just put them around the body. Because you have to think about the orientation of your stitch patterns, right? So this is made from the bottom up. You have to think about the orientation of your stitch patterns. If you do them top down in the round or something like that, then your stitch patterns might be flipped. I specifically chose patterns that are the same either way. So I love it. I wear this all the time. Like all the time. If I need to like run out the house, which I try not to because I don't like going outside, I will throw this sweater on. But this is so lovely. So I'm gonna need you to check that out. I'm gonna link to the pattern in the show notes. I don't do show notes. Everything's gonna be down there, so like you're not getting nothing separate for show notes. It's just gonna be down there. Then I do believe this is the last thing. Nope, it's not. Of course, my first video back is gonna be long because I don't know what. Diamond Lane. So Diamond Lane is a sweater. Remember these colors from a few minutes ago? Yeah. Diamond Lane is a sweater that I made for Lion Brand's Countdown to Christmas. And it is up on their website for purchase. It is Mosaic crochet. So 1 color per row. This is traditional crochet. Not anything crazy like Tunisian crochet, but I absolutely love it. And I love these colors together. You can check that out there. I have not released this pattern in my own shops. It is only on the Lion Brand website right now because I am having this re-edited. I try not to, it sounds terrible. Not that I have a problem with doing pattern support. I just would rather the pattern not need any pattern support. And I got a couple of questions which I answered, but then I'm like, let's run this back through TE so that I don't get no questions. Unless it's like a beginner that just like has like beginner questions, which is fine with me. But yeah, so that's running back through TE. Once that goes back, Lion Brand will get an update. It'll go up in my shops. So just wait until I finish that, okay? All right. Now, the last obsession of the year. No, this was the last obsession for the year, but I had another one, okay? Because this is how my brain works. I do things like that. I get obsessed with something and I do it over and over again until I get it the way I wanted it to be. And the Go Your Own Way vest was born of another time that I was hyper focused on an idea. So these are not coming in any kind of order of which I made them, but there are currently 4. But there, I will have a 5th one, which is a whip. I didn't bring it because we ain't talking about whips. So the Go Your Own Way vest, there is a base pattern, a very nice shaped vest pattern. It's basic. And then it's going to have 4 different cable charts. So you got to know how to do charts because I'm not writing them all out. I do love you, but I'm not doing that. So this is not a beginner pattern. You do need to read charts, right? You need to read, you need to know your stitches. You need to know what they look like. You need to be able to do that, okay? So 4 different charts that you insert into this base pattern in any combination that you wish. If you go and you find another stitch pattern that will work for the base numbers, go for it, right? So this pattern is not out yet. I am still in the process of writing it. I'm tweaking things. I'm making the version with the 4th cable because your girl forgot it. I thought I had it in there and I didn't. So the 4th cable pattern is being done now in this lovely acid green, also by Pearly Tricot. I will show y'all that once it's done. But this is gonna blow out because this yarn is so bright and I love it so much. This is Crochet, the Fuzz family, and it is Dreamsicle. And I love Kristen. I love Crochet. I love this color. It's gonna blow out. Let's try to pull it back here. Maybe right about there. You see those cables? Those are traditional crochet cables. So no Tunisian here, just lovely cables. All done with treble stitches, double treble stitches, double crochets. So that's one. Love it. And then here's 2. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this because it is all black. And it is alpaca, which I am sensitive to. So this gets worn over something. Absolutely. The other ones I still wear over things, but I know that I can wear them without having an underlayer. But this one I cannot because that will crawl out of my skin. But since I made it, I'm going to wear it. And this just has like the I'm not gonna say the easiest. It is the least challenging cable. And I just repeated that. Isn't that cute? That's so cute. I didn't weave in the ends on this one because I haven't worn it yet. Now I also made this in a fingering weight, but the pattern will not have fingering weight. It is only going to be DK. Because I didn't want to mess with fingering weight. I did make myself one, but I'm sorry. You won't get that in a pattern. If you want to figure it out for yourself, you can. But here is another cable. A little bit more involved, right? Right? It's a little bit more involved, but still doable. You will still have the chart for that one. Oh, this is Montana Crochet American Robin. Oh, yes. Love that. The black one was We Are Knitters alpaca. Then, okay. I think this was the first one I made, and I made it too long. So I didn't weave in any of my ends because I'm going to go back and adjust this one. But this was like the first iteration of that base pattern, and I made my tweaks based off of that. This one is made out of Lola Bean Yarn Co. Can't remember the name of the color, but this is it. It's way too long. So I need to take some rows off the bottom of it, but this is the gist of it, right? But let me show you which one is going to show it good. This one might. Yeah, we'll keep it with this one. So I want to show you the shaping that's on this one. So it actually starts with a trapezoid type shape in the back, like shaping. If you can see it here. And this is so that it hugs your shoulders in the shape that shoulders actually are, which are, our shoulders aren't like this, right? Our shoulders aren't straight across. They slope. And so to get that slope and get that fit, that is what I did, right? I've seen this method done in like knitting. Have I ever done it? No. Did I decide that I can do that in crochet? Absolutely. And so I did. And so there you have that sloped shoulder. And then this is made top down. So you start with this part and you do the back to the underarm. And then you pick up your shoulders, right? And go around the fronts. And then you continue on down to the underarm section, and then you start working it around. And I love it, and I absolutely love it, and I'm very excited to have this pattern out in the world once it is completely done. I am basically testing the pattern right now for myself with that fourth version. And so speaking of this particular pattern, since that was the last thing, I can segue right into the things that are coming up for me. So every single one of these vests are going to be on the table for your view if you are taking my crochet cables class, Easy to Intricate, at Vogue Knitting Live, January 16th through the 19th. I am also teaching 3 other classes, Tunisian crochet from the basics to beyond the basics to lacing cables. So if you are going to be in the New York area, or if you're not and you got that dough and you could just run, go ahead. I will be there. There are still spaces in my classes, but you'll get to see samples of all of my makes in whatever class you're taking in that particular craft or skill level or technique. There will be samples for you to see. I'm very excited about going. This will be my second Vogue Knitting Live in New York in person. Last year was a blast. This year will also be a blast. And if I see you there and we hang out after the show, just know that whatever happens at VKL after work stays at VKL after work. Okay. Now, I really, really hope that I will continue with these videos because this is fun. And I forgot that it was fun. And I just kind of psyched myself out of it. But let's hype ourselves up to get back into it. So hopefully you will see more videos from me, some tutorial videos, some podcasts like this where I show you all the things that I'm working on and tell you about the things that I'm going to be doing, and hope that you join me. So here's to a new start in the podcast, right? All right, let's do it. Thank you for coming. See you next time.